We brought you an exclusive broadcast interview with Arthur Porter just a few weeks ago. He was a man under a cloud of suspicion. Tonight, he's wanted for fraud, conspiracy, and laundering the proceeds of crime. Stunning allegations for someone once at the center of the Canadian establishment, trusted with overseeing one of the country's biggest infrastructure projects, and once trusted with Canadian secrets as head of the CSIS Watchdog. The CBC's Catherine Cullen has the story tonight from Montreal. Catherine?
Diana, he was once privy to some of the most sensitive information about Canadian security. Now, Dr. Arthur Porter is a wanted man. Even in a province regularly rocked by allegations of corruption, this is a bombshell. A massive multi-billion-dollar hospital project. The man who used to be in charge of it, Dr. Arthur Porter, accused of taking cash from engineering giant SNC-Lavalin in exchange for contracts. He faces charges including fraud, breach of trust, and laundering the proceeds of crime.
Dr. Porter, so nice to meet you.
Last month, the National reached Dr. Porter, where he now resides in the Bahamas. In an exclusive TV interview, he told us he felt he had been unfairly targeted.
You characterized this at one point as a witch hunt. How so?
I mean, it just seemed that there was attacks from all angles. I mean, if you looked at each piece, maybe you would say, okay, that's an issue, but there just seemed to be that I was responsible for the snowfall in Montreal.
L'un des plus gros scandales de corruption de l'histoire canadienne.
Today in Ottawa, the opposition called the allegations against Porter one of the biggest corruption scandals in the country's history. All the more shocking because Porter is a former head of Canada's spy watchdog, appointed by the Prime Minister.
The allegations that Mr. Porter is facing do not have anything to do with his former responsibilities.
When Porter spoke to us, he revealed he had diagnosed himself with inoperable lung cancer and would undergo radiation and chemotherapy.
Prepared like any other battle that you fight. You go into it with the idea to win. That's the way I always go.
Now it seems he has a new battle on his hands. Tonight, in a statement, Dr. Porter told us that he has not been contacted by Canadian authorities. He says that he is surprised and angered by the arrest warrant. It's not clear when he might face these charges. Canada might have to ask for his extradition, a process that could take months. Diana?
Thanks, Catherine. Catherine Cullen tonight. Now, Canada can request Porter's extradition, but there's no guarantee it would be granted. The Bahamas doesn't have an extradition treaty with Canada. In fact, Canada only has bilateral extradition treaties with about 50 countries. In our part of the world, that includes the U.S. and Mexico and parts of Central America. But in the Caribbean, there are only two countries that have extradition treaties with us, Cuba and Haiti.